Hey, call me Shape. And today I'm reacting to a video titled 25 Pretty 8-Year Single, but Men Don't Choose Her. Let's get right into it.
Get ready with me while I talk about being single. I have been single for 8 years, from 18 to 25. So let's talk about my experience. The last time I had a boyfriend was when I was 18 years old, and it was very toxic, young love relationship. Since I've been single for almost 8 years, I would be lying if I said I haven't had any talking stages. I've had maybe about 3 talking stages, but none of them have made the cut. So for the last 8 years, I've just really known what it's like to be single. And I think it's so crazy when people shame being single, that it's a bad thing. Personally, I am single because I have boundaries, I have standards, I have values, I have morals that people just don't seem to have. I want to waste my time. I feel like the dating pool nowadays is so different. I think a lot of people think that I am single because I can't find a man, or a man can't handle me, or I can't hold down a man. And girl, that is like so far from the truth. If I don't like something, if you don't hold the values, the morals, the boundaries, and the standards that I'm looking for, like, I will simply just end things. And I'm not afraid to end things because I'm not wanting to get my time wasted. Definitely single by choice. And I think a lot of people sometimes will be like, well, the short talking stages that you have had, why don't they ever last? And it's because I don't put up with the BS. I don't put up with the bullshit. I don't have time. I will call you out on your shit. And I just don't have time to be wasted. When I see something I don't like, I leave immediately. And I always tell myself that I do not need to be here and I do not need to deal with this. These boundaries was built off of hurt and relationships and experience. So I had to go through a few things to find myself. I was single after I was 18 and I was single, I had to find myself all over again. And I had to know that I don't need a man to make me feel important, or I don't need to be in a relationship to make me feel important. So I started on this self-healing love era journey, and I love being by myself. There is no
Oh my God. Oh my God. Doesn't she sound like she's in her 30s already? Oh my God. These younger girls are sounding like feminists way before they hit the wall. I mean, way before they hit the wall. Just listen to her voice. It's raspy. She sounds like Jadakiss, who smokes like Newport 100s on a daily. Come on now, a pack of cigarettes a day and a voice like that? This is why men don't want her. We don't want women who had an 8-year whole phase and they're only 25. You had an 8-year whole phase and you're only 25. Cooked. She's cooked. Okay? Anyway, I found another interesting clip on TikTok. Take a look at it.
Okay, so I have a question for the men. I really want y'all to answer this question and be truthful. So let's say you go to a bar, right, and you see a female, that a woman that you are like, you're attracted to, you like, ooh, she's fine, and you see she's sitting with one other friend, like another female friend, and you approach her and you let her know, like, oh, I think you are attractive. I would love to you can I buy you a drink? And then she says, not unless you're gonna buy my friend one. Be honest, like, is that an immediate turn off? Like, do you get the friend one and be like, yeah, it's gonna be a no? Or do you feel like that's reasonable? Like, do you feel like she's entitled? Like, or like, would you buy the friend one? Like, do you even feel like that's like tasteless to approach a woman when she with her friend and not offer her friend a drink? Like I said, it's not a group, it's just one. Tell me how y'all feel in the comments.
Men, we're gonna help her out here, okay? We're gonna help her out. First of all, what do you think? What do you think? Okay? Because it sounds like to me, not only are you entitled, but you feel like I owe you and your friend a drink. Imagine that. Okay, how about this? Let's flip it on its head. How about if me and you went on a date and you see me with a friend, or you approach me at a bar and you see me with a friend, and I'm like, you know what? How about not only do I take you home for the night, you got to give my man some. Yeah. Is that unreasonable? Is that unreasonable? Of course it is. What do you think? Women, stop asking us what do we think. What do you think? I should be buying you and your friend a drink? Yo, these women are cooked. Jesus. Anyway, I found another clip. This lady trying to defend why she's single. We already know why she's single. Just look. Tattoos on the neck, back of the ear. Come on now. Anyway, let's listen to what she has to say. Hey, listen up, Safe Squad. Are you tired of being ignored by women? Well, download my free ebook, Be Attractive and Shut Up. It's going to teach you how to master attraction, build unshakable confidence, and win with women without words. Because chances are you're not ugly, you just talk too damn much. So download my free ebook, Be Attractive and Shut Up, and take control of your dating life right now. Now let's get right back to the content.
Why I'm single because their mattress stink, their balls stink, they do at the gas station, their fingernails dirty, they wear turtlenecks. You gotta feed them and treat them like a baby all the time. They asking you for $12. You gotta argue with baby mamas and stuff like that. They keep on cheating, they won't stop. Too many secrets. You gotta put tracking devices on them just to keep up with them. It's just too much. The hairline be way back. I don't know. Something just ain't right. Then you don't even know if they mess with a man or not because they want you to touch areas that I just can't do it. I'm good. I stay single. I just stay single. I'm not gonna go deep into that right now. I'm not doing it.
It's so interesting to me that women get online and it is describe the man that they don't want, but it's the exact man that they deal with. His mattress stink. He's broke. He asked me for $12. He's always cheating. He might be on the DL. Lady, if you keep dealing with men like this, it's not a man problem. It's a you problem. This is a reflection of the type of man that you get. And you think it's all men. It's all men. Why you're single? Because this is the only kind of man you could deal with. Now, she hid her face for a reason. Good job. You should hide your face. This is what she really looks like, okay? Now, I'm not showing her face because I don't think it's as important as the fact that she has large tattoos on her thighs, she's overweight, and she's 48. Do you think, lady, by chance, not only do you have poor taste in men, you have poor standards for yourself? This is poor standards for yourself, but guess what you do? You blame everybody else. Oh, everybody else is the reason why you're single. So why? What about the reason why you're overweight? Whose fault is that? Whose fault is that? Whose fault is that? I'm just sliding through. I want you to look, sliding through. Whose fault is that? You can't keep the fork down. You can't keep the spoon down. You got to have that last bite of Haagen-Dazs. You just had to have the last bite of Haagen-Dazs, and you blame men. Shame on you. Shame on you. Anyway, I found a reasonable woman. Can you imagine? And you know what's funny? Even though the first girl, like, she aged horribly, right? She's like 25, and she's already acting like she's past the age of 40. Here's a young woman that gets it. Listen to what she has to say.
Don't shoot the messenger. Feminism told y'all be strong, independent, and alone. And y'all followed it to the grave. Y'all push all the good men away, call submission slavery, and think being difficult is cute. Now y'all 35 and tired, looking around like, oh, where the good men at? Sis, they moved on. Real men want peace, not problems in a lace front and a loud voice. Feminism sold y'all freedom, but they didn't mention the price. Loneliness. Don't shoot the messenger. Feminism.
She said, y'all got, they're 35 years old and tired, okay? They want peace, not problems in a lace front. Jesus. I wish I said that myself. And you know what's funny to me? I was like, who is this girl? Who is this girl? There's no way she can be talking all like this. What's up with her, okay? I went and looked, and can you imagine? She's slim, she's fit. I'm not a fan of the tattoos. She's young. She's probably in a phase right now. She wants to follow everybody. And you got to be similar to people in some way, right? When you're younger, you're going to do dumb stuff like this. But I always think to myself, it's the women who are in shape that are reasonable and the women that are out of shape that are feminists. It makes all the sense. It makes all the sense. Now, fortunately for us, she has other good talking points. Can you imagine? She has other good talking points. Take a listen.
I want to compete with a man till it's time to be one. Y'all want to be equal to a man till life actually start treating you like one. Bills due, suddenly you won't help. But you strong and independent though. Till that car break down, until the rent go up, and or until the world get heavy. And a man ain't easy or just freedom. It's pressure. And believe me, y'all don't want that. I want to compete with a man till
Oh man, that's right. They want to compete with a man till it's time to compete with a man, till it's time to pay for the bills. Y'all don't want to compete for the check. Y'all never want to compete for the check, okay? You always want to go, oh, I don't want no 50-50 man. Y'all always describing the man you don't want, but that's the only man y'all get. You ever caught that? Women describe the man they don't want, but that's the only men they get. 50-50. The last lady was saying that her men be on a DL. He wants her to touch her places, and that's so weird that he wants to touch her places. And it's like, lady. It's almost like, maybe this comparison will make it better. If you complain about the jobs you can get, don't complain about the jobs you can get. Complain about your experience. Complain about your resume. How about that? Okay? Yeah, you can only get shitty jobs, but because you got a shitty resume, you have no experience, you have no wisdom, you have no value to companies that pay better. You have zero value. People don't understand. There's so many companies, depending on what value you have, pay really well. Someone was telling me about this recently. Someone's telling me about how they work with data scientists, and the companies are paying data scientists, get this, $500,000 a year in salary. That's how much AI is exploding right now all over. And a lot of companies, the interesting thing about AI, every company wants their own ChatGPT because they know ChatGPT is going to take all their proprietary information and share it with the world. So they want their own version of ChatGPT for their in-house task and work and stuff like that. So now data scientists are being paid $500,000 a year to build their own ChatGPT, proprietary software for these different companies, the Netflix, the Facebooks, the Amazons, right? All these different companies want their own version for in-house. Now, I'm saying this to say that you can't complain about the job market. You got to complain about you as an employee. Just like women, you can't complain about men. You got to complain about yourself as a woman, okay? But the reason why people don't want to do that because it implies that they got to go do the work, that they got to go get a gym membership, that they got to go cut down the calories, that they got to go on an intermittent fast. And they don't want to do that. Y'all want to sit back when you get home from a hard day, long day, okay? Y'all want to smoke your private hookah, pop open a glass, pop open a bottle of wine, right? And drink yourself to sleep. But you don't want none of the consequences of that. And you might justify and say, oh, well, I'm tired. I had a hard day. My life is hard. And I'm glad that these young women are listening to this and they're watching this and they're like, we don't want no part of that. We'd rather just listen to men. Can you imagine that? We'd rather just listen to men. Anyway, I found this video to be quite interesting, slightly problematic, but let's take a look.
You have children?
I have no kids. What are you?
I have 8 kids.
What?
Yeah, I know. I forgot this. I don't like telling people this.
You have 8 kids?
Yeah, I have 3 baby mothers.
Oh, wow.
You know, and then, yeah, I started young.
Wow. I mean, honestly,
They're taken care of, though.
With your genetics, you should have 8 kids.
Wait, what?
We need more of that.
With your genetics, you should have 8 kids. I don't know if you know who's in this video here. It's a brother by the name of King68. Shout out to him. Dude, 6'8". Okay? And he goes viral online for women just approaching him out of nowhere. He could just stand on a corner next to a bar and girls are flocking out of that bar quick to give him their number. And at first, the first time I saw it, I'm like, man, you know, that's interesting. Then I saw it again and again. And again, and he travels the world. It happens in Paris, happens in London. Everywhere he goes, the same results, okay? And it just shows you that women are very superficial nowadays. I understand why some men get blackpilled and they say to themselves, damn, man, if I was taller, if I was bigger, if I was stronger, you know, women, I would get more women. If I wasn't born so unattractive, because a lot of men, a lot of men are kind of fugly. I ain't gonna lie, y'all fugly. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all, okay? Now, what's interesting about this is the visceral response by the girl who decided to react to this. Let's take a look at it because she has a visceral response to this.
You're a man and a fine specimen of...
When I talk about how unfair it is for some men to bash women who end up with horrible men, saying they should have picked better, it's usually because those men have put on an Oscar-worthy performance. Those men have lied about who they were. Those men have pretended. I'm not talking about women like this. This woman is ignoring all the red flags, and she wants to volunteer as tribute. This man already told you he has 8 kids, and it sounds like he's ready to be baby mama number 4 with child number 9.
And what's wrong with that? If she finds him attractive, she said he's a fine specimen. See, y'all shame women for dating single fathers, but then try to, exalt men that date single moms. Please keep this. That's my issue with this. Keep the same energy. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't want nobody talking down on single moms, but you're calling single fathers a red flag. You ever thought about that? It's a double standard. Women, a lot of your arguments, if we reversed it and use it against you, we would disqualify you. You will be the one getting disqualified. He has red flags. Why? Because he has multiple kids by multiple baby mothers. What about the women who have multiple kids by multiple men? Are they red flags? I don't see none of y'all telling y'all them they're red flags. I hear them telling, oh, get yours, sis, get yours, girl, get yours, girl. It's always that. That's always the case. But when it comes to men, oh, now we're the red flag. Anyway, I'm gonna let her continue, but I find it so interesting.
If this man has time to be skinning and grinning in your face in the local dancery, he's not reading anybody any bedtime stories. He's not giving anybody any baths. He's not helping anybody with any homework. I bet you he'd be hard-pressed to name the full names of all 8 of those kids and their birthdays. But because he's handsome, we just throw all the rules out of the window. And then he's going to say, I forgot. I don't like to tell people about the kids. So which one is it? So now you know within those few seconds that he's also a liar. Because did you forget or did you not like to tell the women? He's walked away from 3 different women who had his kids and thought he was handsome. What makes you think you'd be any different? But I know, he'll make a pretty baby.
The funny part about this, and I tell you, she fits the stereotype so well of the kind of woman that'll be upset about this. Mad about this. What are you mad about? What are you mad about? I wouldn't make a video on a guy simping for a woman who has 8 kids. I wouldn't. Why would I care? That's him. His loss. You know what I'm saying? He's going to find out. She's pissed because she does not want men to get attractive women if they're so-called red flags. She don't want that to happen. Y'all celebrate the women who are red flags. Jeff Bezos married a red flag, and y'all celebrate. Oh, and y'all use that as an example that women with kids are still desirable over the age of 50. What if we told you that being older is a red flag? Right? Past your fertility is a red flag. Okay? Having children is a red flag. Y'all don't want to hear that. And the funny part about this lady, she's a life coach. Life coach Sean. She got the name Sean. That's her name is Sean. Life coach Sean. Can you imagine? Let's go to Life Coach Sean's page, okay? Life Coach Sean has 768,000 followers. Oh my, so many followers. She's a content creator. She's even on YouTube. Life with Shonda. Her name is Shonda. Okay, interesting. And clearly she got some good videos, but if you just look at the archetype of her, look at her face. Just look at her face. Chubby, round. I salute the natural hair, but you know she's the stereotypical woman that's going to shame men for succeeding. Look at this. Let's look at this video. I guarantee she's going to shame a real man for succeeding.
You guys lose us because you stopped doing what you did to get us once you got us. Why would I keep doing the things I did to catch a fish once I caught the fish? If I had to jump through hoops to get her, then she never really loved me. She loved the entertainment from the performance. I only want the ones who choose me based on me, my energy, my presence, my mindset in real life. If I gotta play a character to keep you, I'm not living. I'm performing. And if that's the case, you're not mine. You're just here until the thrill wears off.
These are the same men that try to justify their cheating or them wanting to break up or end a relationship on the fact that you didn't do the things you used to do in the beginning, when you guys were first dating, when you guys were first married. But what if she decides to do this? What if she waits until she marries you and stops doing all the cooking and the cleaning and the laundry, stops being intimate with you? What if she pulls the bait and switch? Because that's what it sounds like you want. Why should I have to keep doing the things that I had to do to get you? Because they were supposed to be authentic.
They were supposed to be women like this who struggle with men, never had a good man in their life, swear they know how good men operate. They swear. No, everyone tries harder to gain someone than they do to maintain someone. They do. You don't want, listen, let me tell you something. When you earn a body that you want, it's going to take a lot harder work to get to that body, get to that point than it is to maintain it. Maintenance is always the easiest thing. Look at Jeff Bezos. To build Amazon was so hard. To maintain it so easy. He got it on autopilot now. And we want our women to be the same way, but y'all are mad at this. No, it's not the same as a woman not sleeping with you anymore. No, that's not the same. Because that's not part of the deal. The part of the deal is not that sleep with me now, and then when we get deep into the relationship, don't sleep with me anymore. It's not the same anymore. See, women, y'all still want the honeymoon phase. It's over. It's over. Don't expect the honeymoon phase well into the relationship. It's done. We're not new anymore. That novelty is going to wear off. And he's right. It's performative. In the beginning, we're all on our best behavior, right? Because we understand that that's the most fragile moment when you're in the beginning. You guys don't have the amount of tolerance. You guys don't have the amount of emotional investment into us to really do right by us. But as time goes on, you know, you guys can take more. I'm going to keep it real. I'm not saying that you have to tolerate more nonsense, but we got to tolerate more of your nonsense as well. It's the same. Y'all don't act up right away. Y'all act up later on into the relationship. But here's a non-negotiable. You can't stop giving sex or smex, as people like to say it. You can't stop cooperating because that's part of the deal. We're providing protection, provision, a long-term relationship in exchange for your exclusive smexual access. Okay, that's what we're doing it for. We're not doing it to feel good about life. We're not doing it for those reasons. So no, it's not the same. But I had to tell her because she thinks she knows so much instead of just asking a man. We don't need women to tell us how we feel. We could just tell y'all and y'all can just listen.
The reason why you'd want to stop is because it actually was an act and it was a performance. They want you to be satisfied with the bare minimum, and that means that you truly love them for who they are deep inside, that you love them for them. How dare you have standards and want something from that man and expect that man to be how he was throughout the relationship that he was in the beginning? I've said it before, but I'll say it again. Let a man talk long enough, he'll tell you everything you need to know. This man...
And a woman won't tell you everything you need to know, and she won't. How dare does a woman have standards? Yeah. How dare you have standards for men but no standards for yourself? How dare you? How dare you talk about the bare minimum when you're not the bare minimum? Here's the bare minimum for a woman. Fit, friendly, and feminine. A lot of women don't even check any of those stuff. A lot of them are not fit. A lot of them not feminine. A lot of them not friendly. So y'all mean, overweight girls who are masculine. None of y'all hit the bare minimum, but y'all talking about how dare women have standards. How dare you have standards for everyone else but yourself? Yes, we're saying that. It makes no sense. You're quick to call out the problems with everybody else but yourself. On this channel, I tell men straight up all the time, we got to be better. But we're not doing it for y'all. We're doing it for ourselves. But what I mean by us being better, as in we need to be better partners as far as we're more stoic. We're less aggressive and quick to go into a rage. We got to be more fit. We got to get our money up. These are all things Red Pill talks about. The pink pill or the female version of it never talks about being fit, feminine, and friendly. You will never hear that. All you hear is have high standards for men and no standards for them. As in yourselves. No standards. I'm just saying. You let a woman talk long enough, she's telling herself. And they think they're so slick because they got a smart mouth. That's what's funny about her. She thinks she's so slick because she got a smart mouth. Do you think any man is running, racing, competing to marry a woman like this? Honestly. And a woman said, what about you? I'm a competitive man. I got status. I'm fit. I got money. There's a lot of women that's going to compete for me. A lot of women. You don't got to believe me. You don't got to believe me. I've already proven it. I've already proven it. And I'm still going to prove it. Either way, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Channel blowing up. I appreciate you guys. Check out some of my other videos. And I'll see y'all over there.